Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest solo trapping video. Today we'll be doing a bunch of traps, a bunch of 1000 IQ traps. The first clip is going to be a 1000 IQ trap where I'm baiting in cav gear with a cav hero. This is to actually bait people to hit me with range because I will be sitting in infantry. This way I can counter them without having to worry. So this is going to be happening right here. He's going to be sitting range. Obviously I'm sitting in cav gear, so you want to counter that. You can do this with any type of gear. You can sit in range gear or infantry gear if you want to bait the other hits, but for this I want to sit in infantry phalanx. It's the best one for me to take hits in. I can sit in cav, but if I get countered in a cav hit, that's never good. So if you counter in infantry, it's not as bad, but if you countered in a cav or in a cav phalanx or that's where it gets really bad. So that's actually one of the reasons I unlocked cav wedge. It's a little bit better if you get countered. It's a little bit better than taking that, and also your infantry and cav are in the front, so your infantry aren't in the back. You will see that in the third clip today. Why cav like phalanx is not as good as wedge. It's just based on where the troops are sitting, and actually it can cause people to walk back from you because you're doing less damage if your infantry are not in the fight, because it takes them like 15 to 20 seconds to run up to a range hit. So it's actually really bad. It's not so bad against infantry, but it is still bad. Against range, it's the worst because your what's called heroes are way in the back, and it takes forever to run up to the front. So that's why range does so much damage to the cav, or at least cav phalanx, because it's just where they're situated. So this guy decided to go in for a full tier 4 hit. Yes, this is before tier 5. So if you're wondering, tier 5 familiars are out in this video. So I will be taking a bunch of tier 5 familiar hits, but no tier 5 troops. But yeah, like I said, this is right before tier 5 came out. Tier 5 came out probably the next week, I think, after this or something. But I will be executing as leader, just because I didn't want to migrate or anything like that, and I'll take the prison boost for it. So again, I'm probably not going to get a ransom unless I'm prepared to migrate, and I'm not going to migrate with one leader. I will migrate with multiple leaders, though. If I have like 3 or 4 rally leads who decided to try and solo me, I'll definitely migrate with them, because they'll go in for the rescue attack. This guy is actually full mythic champ. The one guy who hit me with the cav here, he didn't send any heroes, but he is full mythic champ. This guy went in decent range gear for his might. Actually, for 600 mil might, that's really good range gear. He's just missing some gold cups there, and I mean, he has gold cups. He's missing mythic cups, but gold cups are really good. He didn't do too much damage. Again, he went range into my infantry. He's not going to do that much. Then the other guy, who's another 11k hero guy, does have mythic champ as well, but they again sent a farming attack at me. They're just going for the hero. They're not actually going in for an attack. They probably would have went in for a follow-up attack if the other guy didn't go in with the range and lose his leader. So the second thing is going to be from a arena I did. It's just basically showing you how bad basically some rally leads can destroy a solo trap. Obviously, you probably know this, but the other ones are not going to do so much damage. Solo attacks. Here's Aldwin. I believe he sent a bunch of clips into me, so hey to him. He already knew who I was, so he was just going in for the solo attack. He obviously he's a rally trap. He doesn't have like blast gear and stuff like that, so he's not going to do lots of damage. Yeah, did nothing. Yeah, well, again, no blast gear. You're not going to do too much damage. Rally trap, so he's in mix set. They're going to be speeding up the coalition towards me. It's going to be cav, so this is going to be totally destroying me. Even because I don't have range, I can't counter the thing. So, and he's a really good rally lead. So this is going to show you why you do not want to take a rally as a solo trap from a good rally lead. You can still take it from like very low tier rally leads. You can take rallies from, or if they're not sending too many troops, but a high tier or a good, like not a max tier, but a high tier rally lead will destroy you as a solo trap. Arena is a great way to actually test that, because obviously it's going to do a lot more damage, and you're not going to lose any troops for this. But again, I think they had all the what's called the attack boosts for this. We're losing pretty badly in this this arena, so I think they have the attack boost too. So it's doing quite a bit of damage. This is right at the end of the arena. Yeah, 4.7 million. I think he took out almost all my front lines. He took out all my cav and half my infantry. Didn't get into my range or anything like that. But like I said, I can't counter in range because that would be my tier 1 archers, and that wouldn't go very well at all. But yeah, that was the end. So again, watch out who you're taking rallies from. This is kind of a test to show that. I wonder what my new comp would take at rallies. rally like. Obviously not from a top tier rally lead like that, or a good rally lead, but it gets to like a low tier rally lead. It might be able to take a good rally from that. I'll have to double check on that. I'll test that in Arena actually when the Arena comes out tomorrow, so I'll test that and maybe have a video for that one too. So this is going to be another 1000 IQ trap here. This is going to be the big boys coming in. There's going to be Captain Av. He has about 850% what's called stats. I'm not sure what his range is. It's around that, I think. I know his infantry's around 850, and then his friend Cupid, Mr. Cupid's going to be coming in as well. His infantry is around 900%, so a little bit higher, and you can tell that actually by the damage they do with the familiars and stuff like that as well. But yeah, so I was not sitting in my war gear for the first hit. My hero had just come back. I was just waiting to see what happened. I didn't switch gear because I was like, I wonder what will happen. So a lot of times I do this, I'll test it out, especially if I have my leader back, because I do have my talents then. If I don't have my leader back, it can really hurt, but I was just seeing what would happen, especially with the counter. He did end up burning me. I didn't lose troops or anything like that, but he got a walk back. He does have double tier 5 familiars. I think all the guys that are going to hit me in this little quote-unquote gangbang attack here is going to be all tier 5. So I'm going to heal up. I'm going to fake off line. So what I was doing there, I don't know if I got my war gear on, but I did end up capping him. I'm not sure what happened there. Did I have my war gear on or not? Who knows? We'll find out. I actually don't know. I wasn't sure. I think I got my war gear on, but I'm not 100% sure because I did cap Cupid there. But yeah, so what I was doing there was I wasn't healing on purpose. I was faking like I'm offline, haven't switched my war gear, so he's burned me once. I knew it was going to happen. They were going to come in because I know XX very well. I know they're going to gang dang traps and stuff like that. So right after what happened was Captain Ab went in. This guy's going to come in as well. So I'm going to basically get the resources out. I'm going to heal up this one after this. He did a lot of damage too, 579. They know I'm online now because they know I've healed. So I could basically just heal up if I wanted to. But I'm purposely slowly healing because I was hoping for follow-up attacks, because as soon as you slowly heal, they might go in for another attack, and then you quick heal, and it will basically cap them. So it's actually a way to get people to hit you more often, because you've capped the first person, let's say, and then heal up, and then they're probably not going to go in for a second hit. But if like I got burned on the first hit because I wasn't in my gear, and then I slowly healed, so they think I'm offline, so they're going to go in for a second hit, and maybe a third hit, and maybe go for the gangbang and stuff like that, and all that stuff. And they actually canceled the rally on me. They do set another rally on me, but I started talking to them and got them to cancel a couple rallies, and then I'll show you. Obviously, you'll see what happens after, but yeah, so at this point, I'm just going to get the resources out, get ready for the next hit, seeing what's happening. Like I said, I'm not too worried at this point about stuff because, again, they're not going to do crazy amounts of damage. There's no tier 5. This is my comp at this point was really good. As long as I'm in my war gear, I'm pretty safe. As long as I don't switch the Cav Phalanx. I would only switch the Cav Phalanx if they're sending Cav. Otherwise, even if they're sending infantry, it's better for me to be in infantry just because Cav Phalanx puts my infantry in the back, and there's a good chance they might get a walk back because of that reduced damage from having your infantry all the way in the back. Like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the phalanxes in the game, and you'll see that here comes Captain Nav. He's going to speed up. He's going to go infantry. I am in infantry at this point, so this shouldn't be too hard to capture. I will take some reds from it. Again, tier 5 familiars are doing all the damage. His actual attack did 381, and then his tier 5 familiars did another, like, what was that, like 300,000? So yeah, again, you got to watch out for those tier 5 familiars. Yeah, actually, he only did 258. Oh no, he did more than that. Again, I got red, so totally wrong. He did around 300,000 on that, on his tier 5 familiars. You can see that Captain, or it's called not Captain Ab, Mr. Cupid does a little bit more damage. Again, he is higher damage than Captain Ab. That's basically it. you can basically tell how high their stats are by how much damage they're doing to your what's called your backline with the tier 5 familiars, because it's based on their attack. So the higher basically stats they have, the more damage their tier 5 familiars are going to do, and that's basically it. So I can tell that Mr. Cupid has more than Captain Ab just because he does more damage on his tier 5 familiars, and I can actually tell almost what their gear stats are based on how much damage they're doing, because I know how much, I've tested this so much that I know how much they're doing. So You can see I gave Mr. Cupid his leader back to basically get them to cancel the rally. Then he lost his leader again by hitting me. So he was hoping to actually free his friends there, but he just ended up losing his leader again. And then this time I asked for the ransom, or at least they asked for the ransom, because like I said, if they were going to rally me, God, what do you have? I said God comp. I'm totally joking, because my comp is not like, I mean, I'm only 100 mil might here. It's not like I have crazy amounts of troops or anything. It's just a good setup at the time for tier 4. Even with the tier 5 familiars, it was still a good setup until tier 5 came out, and I needed to switch everything up because their tier 5 familiars were doing way too much damage to my tier 1 to have them be viable in basically a comp. Like I said, they're still, like, this comp that I'm running right now is still viable for tier 4 and low tier 5 players. It's just these big guys like Mr. Cupid and stuff. You can see he has double 11k heroes that he hides. So Mr. Cupid does have really, really good stats. He even hides his 11k heroes. He sits in blue attack gear when he runs around, so you don't even realize he is what he is. I know Mr. Cupid, so I knew what his gear was, because he came in port next to me in blue gear, and I knew what he had. I know what his gear is, so I knew he was hiding stuff. So, but it's funny when he does run around in that, because you won't realize that he actually has like full mythic and mythic champ and 11k heroes, because he hides all that. So he's really good at that. So he probably does end up destroying traps and stuff like that. So I didn't want the gold. I don't use gold. So I asked for speed ups like healing and relocators to do more traps and stuff, because 1000 IQ trapping is really expensive. I don't think I asked for this many stuff, but I think he suggested it, and I was like, okay, sure. And because I usually wouldn't ask for 100k gems or something like that. I think that's what he gave me. During KVK, I'll ask for 100k gems because people really want it, and yeah, I said at least you'll end up on YouTube. So yeah, you ended up on YouTube here. I think Captain Ab ended up YouTube a couple times, because he actually helped me test my other trap as well after tier 5 came out. And I mean, it works, but it doesn't work at the same time because I was losing too many troops. But yeah, so I've switched up my comp now, and it does work now because Star tested that out for me. But yeah, you can see everyone has really good familiars: the Griffin familiar, the stacking familiar, the double tier 5 familiars, all that stuff. Mr. Cupid obviously has those too. This is Cupid. Oh, this is the first attack, so he didn't actually go in with tier 5 familiars on this attack. So that's the one that did very little damage. I don't even know if I got my switch on that attack. Then big small here also has tier 5 familiars. I think one of his is not max, but he has double tier 5 familiars. Still did quite a bit of damage. This was Captain Ab's attack, where I think I was in Cav. Did I go into Cav in this one, or was this infantry? No, this was infantry. Okay, so he did 329,000 to my backline. Again, that's around 850%. Mr. Cupid does a little bit more to my backline. He did, what was it, 344, which is closer to 900%. I think he's around 904 or something like that. At least that's what he was telling me. So Captain Ab will be going again, so I'm going to actually test if the Cav is going to be going too bad or not. So I'll switch into Cav, see what it's like, and yeah, he does end up burning me. Again, it's the Cav Phalanx. It throws your infantry in the back. It reduces your damage. What I'm going to have to do is actually switch my heroes around so this doesn't actually happen. So if I want to sit in Cav Phalanx, I will have to put an extra infantry hero on my wall, which makes no sense probably, but it will add more damage, especially against an infantry attack. So I will switch back to infantry. I do sit in infantry all the time, and I will switch over to Cav. That's the only time, because you do not want to get caught by a range hit in Cav. It just doesn't work out well. I've had that happen. It just goes really badly. So yeah, I used to sit in Cav all the time, and then took a couple range hits, and yeah, it was the last time. I'll just switch over to Cav if I need to. So I'm going to do the same thing. I was thinking if Captain Adam wanted to do the same thing and test it. I just wanted to double check that it was that, because I'll go back to infantry, see if he wants to go in for another attack. He didn't want to go in for another one. I was going to give the leaders back, so I already told them this, so it's not a big deal. I think it's just the amount of troops you end up losing. He didn't want to lose all those tier 4 troops. Obviously, testing is expensive. Well, at least on both sides, because I got to heal and use resources. He's got to make 150,000 more tier 4. So yeah, it's expensive. But obviously, if you've gone in for 3 hits already, he's lost whatever it is. Like, I guess he's got to heal those other tier 4, so that's really expensive, because tier 4 healing is really expensive. Not in speed ups, but in resources. And then obviously rebuilding 450,000 tier 4 because you lose them is also really expensive as well. So he didn't want to go in for another hit, but I asked if he wanted to, but Mr. Cupid's decided he wanted to go in for another hit. I was telling him I was in cav, and that's kind of why I ended up burning. I'm not sure if he understood why that was, but I kind of understood from all the testing I've done that cav is not the best unless you're getting hit by cav, just so you can counter it. Because the infantry is not going to do much damage anyways, so it's not a big deal that it's way in the back. It's only when you're taking range and infantry hits is it a big deal, because then again, like I said, it's in the front, so or it's in the back, so it does do a lot of it's a lot of your damage, so you want it closer up. That's why I unlocked Cav Wedge, actually, because Cav Wedge puts your infantry and your range at the front there, and then your range is in the back, which is good. So it's much better formation, and it allows you to cap people a lot easier because you're doing much more damage more quickly. So Mr. Cupid will be going in for another hit here. This will be his redemption hit. I will try it in cav again and see, with me switching my heroes around, will it be okay? Because I'm pretty sure Mr. Cupid and Captain have very close to the same HP on their stats. I think Mr. Cupid just has better Baron Jewels and stuff like that, or something like that. That's why his stats are over 900, where Captain Avs is only like 850 at this time. I'm not sure what his stats are currently, because he did hit me with tier 5 after that, and I've already posted that video, I think, before, so that was just me retesting my comp and stuff after I changed it, and then obviously I've changed it again since then, and it's much bigger now, and it will cap them a lot easier now. So anyways, I'm just telling Mr. Cupid I am ready. If I do cap him, I will give his leader back. No more ransom and stuff. This is just the testing part of the video. This is no longer them trying to kill me, so I'm just making sure he's not sending range. That's all I'm doing, because like I said, I do not want to take that range hit in cav. So I'm going to switch over to my cav just to see what it is, and he doesn't give me reds on the cav, but I had to throw 2 infantry heroes on my wall to make sure that I was doing enough damage to cap them, because you need that squad attack, I think, just for that extra damage, and obviously the range damage is not doing much for you in a infantry hit, so have switched that up. It does work, so again, you need a little bit more of that. Like I said, this is a good comp still for if you guys are taking low tier 5 hits or tier 4 hits, so it's still a viable comp, just not viable for the top tier guys as of now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have some more videos coming out this week. I will hopefully have a top 5 traps of the week coming out soon. I just gotta sit down and do that. That one takes a long time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.